Sunday morning, Alina wakes up with a sweet tooth. She remembered that her cousin just had to work for a banquet event at the Ritz-Carlton Laguna Niguel, and she always brings home the most delicious dessert delicatessen. Eat dessert first. Let's see what Diana brought home this time. Ooh, layer cake. That reminds me of the cake analogy that Professor Petrie used when explaining the concept of federalism. Federalism and cake? I know. Don't worry. I'm with it. Stay tuned for a presentation on federalism. Trust me, you'll understand after this. First off, let me tell you what federalism is. It's what we have here in the United States of America, a federal system of government where power is distributed between the central authority, federal government, and individual state government. Two types of federalism can be described as dual and cooperative. When the Constitution was drafted by our framers, a clear distribution of powers between the national and state governments was on their mind. This is known as the dual federalism that we can compare to this piece of layer cake. The top layer is the federal government with its enumerated powers found in our Constitution, the supreme law of this land, like coin money, declare war, provide military, make treaties with foreign governments. The cream frosting in the middle represents the Supreme Court that keeps the system in balance. And lastly, the third layer over here represents the state governments that is basically in charge of day-to-day operations, for example, state welfare assistance. Yummy. Since the Constitution wasn't ratified until the 1930s, the country has been under a system of dual federalism. But due to the crash of the stock market in 1929, companies losing millions of dollars, workers being laid off, people not being able to make mortgage payments, ending in foreclosures of their homes, kind of like what's happening today, that led to the Great Depression in the 1930s. Most states could not deal with a sudden economic vacuum, and to address the problem facing the nation, the president at that time, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, implemented the New Deal. Programs that were carried out under the umbrella of the state governments, like unemployment benefits, welfare, employment programs, federal deposit insurance, Federal Reserve Board given more power, Federal Housing Administration created to aid home buyers with little money down, and the long-term home loans. As you can see, the government had to work in tandem with the state governments in order to ensure that the general welfare of the people is taken care of. In other words, called cooperative federalism. And if we look at this marble piece of cake, we can see really a clear separation between flavors. Flavors representing powers, and they all intertwine. Let's take another example of two sisters. Let's say you and me are sisters. I'm the firstborn child, therefore I'm the leader and have more responsibilities. Growing up in Moldova, my responsibility would be to come home and start dinner for the family. That would include cutting the chicken's head off, I know, and preparing a chicken soup from scratch, Moldova style. Well, you being my younger sister, have the responsibility to feed the animals around the house, the hens and the two pigs. The clear division between responsibilities can be looked at as the dual federalism. But when it comes to the occasion of throwing a surprise birthday party for our mom, both of us would work together to prepare a wonderful meal. One washing and peeling the potatoes, another cutting up carrots, cucumbers, tomatoes, and both working on grinding the meat and making meatballs. This collaboration can be looked at as the cooperative federalism. We both work together in order to meet our common loved person's need, our mother. And in the real concept, the federal government and the state government work together in order to meet their citizenry needs. Just like Daniel Goleman, the author of Emotional Intelligence book published in 1995 said, leadership is not a domination. It is the art of persuading other people to work with you toward the same goal. After all, that's why the people of the United States of America created the social contract with its government that we see in the preamble of the Constitution. What are the disadvantages of federalism? Simply put, it's obstructive and inefficient. What about advantages of federalism? Well, there's checks and power, there's flexibility, and of course, citizen participation. So let's focus on advantages. Let's be active citizens by involving ourselves in voting. Let's be involved in our communities, paying our taxes on time and always. And please, let's not cheat the system like welfare fraud and Medicare fraud. And always, ask not what your country can do for you, and ask what you can do for your country. John F. Kennedy. Thank you so much.